Funky.
Hi everybody, this is Sir Pierre, back another day with another unboxing. Today is Black Friday and I have been shopping way too much before Black Friday as usual. So now when the day has come and I didn't know what to buy, I have been thinking from time to time about a vacuum cleaner, a robot vacuum cleaner. And that's mainly for two reasons. I have a very small apartment and I have stuff everywhere, a bunch of electronics. And electronics collects dust, more or less. Also, I walk around and brush my beard all the time, which is way shorter now than usual. So I need to vacuum a bit more often than I do. And the cleaning lady that I have or had, she doesn't come as often anymore because I don't have the time. And when I come home, it's usually late in the evening. So then I can't vacuum either because I don't want to disturb my neighbors. So even though I have a very small apartment and stuff everywhere, from time to time I've been thinking about getting a vacuum cleaner, a robot vacuum cleaner. And today, Black Friday, I went out to see what was available on sale. And the cheap stuff, it wasn't for me. And then I went to look for a robot vacuum cleaner that also mops the floor, etc., etc. And then the prices all of a sudden were €1,000, €1,200, even more. So I used to ask them, what's the latest, greatest? And they told me that this is it, the Neato D10. And I have absolutely no experience at all about robot vacuum cleaners. There are a bunch of better videos if you want to know more about the product. Vacuum Wars has a great video about this robot vacuum that I'm gonna link to. And Neato is a brand that have been on the forefront with a bunch of technologies when it comes to robot vacuums. The radar thing and dead zones, etc., etc. They were first with that. And this vacuum, according to the test, sucks harder than any other and with quite a lot. I don't know what the number said or what it stands for, but standard were just over 100 and this one sucks 150 something. It was a little bit smaller than the rest of them, and since it's this D shape, you have the widest brush of all of them, and it can clean corners much easier than a round one. So when I thought of that, I just thought, why aren't all vacuum cleaners square or D-shaped? Why are they even round? I don't get that at all. So what I'm going to do here is, I've shown you the product. The unboxing was super simple. The docking station, the vacuum, and power cord. Yeah, also this one has the EPA or HEPA filter, which is good if you have allergies, as I do. So this was in the middle of the price range. This was €600 here in Sweden. I believe it is an American company, so it has been available in US since 10 months back. But here in Sweden, it's the latest, greatest. So once again, I have no experience at all. I really don't have a real use for it. But I'm going to let you know if this is something for a rookie, a beginner, a noob, and a single guy in a small apartment. Let's see. So far, not good. It won't connect to my Wi-Fi, but my Wi-Fi says that it is connected. And I've tried this installation several times because I saw in other unboxing videos that they have had the same problem. But I've done this now a couple of times, rebooted the app and everything, but it won't go online. But once again, my Google Wi-Fi system says that it is connected, it is online. So I don't know what's wrong here. I had to restart it a couple of times and now it's working. It's not quiet in any means, but I guess it's okay. For some reason, expected it to be a little bit more quiet. So far, it has worked surprisingly well. It doesn't clean room for room, but that's, of course, since it doesn't know my apartment yet. It hasn't got stuck so far. A couple of times it has said that wait while I'm checking my surroundings or something. So the biggest issue so far was that it was stuck between my shears here. And that is surprising. It should not be stuck there, because it has managed much tighter spaces than that. But so far so good. I'm surprised over how well it works without mapping out my apartment with go or no-go zones. This is just freestyling. It really doesn't like my shears. That's the only issue so far. So it takes a couple of minutes to understand that it shouldn't go over my shears. So it says that over and over, one moment until I figure out my surroundings. But yeah, the shears it really doesn't like.
Spinning. Error 2204.
And now it actually even got stuck. It said that something is stuck in the brush, but that's not true. It's just that it doesn't like my shears. That's it. And I believe that it scratched my shears. That's not nice at all. Sometimes it gets over this very small foot of my table. Several times actually, over and over again. And sometimes it just stops and gives up. This is a bit weird because it's a very low bar. It took me a couple of days to learn something. I thought that 600 euro vacuum cleaner had some sort of radar, but it doesn't. The only thing that makes it stop is this. So when it touches something in this height that makes it clicks, then it turns around. So that's why it always gets stuck with my chairs and cables and other things. I really thought that it has some kind of radar sensor, but it doesn't. And earlier when I complained about the sound, that was on the economic settings where it's the most quiet. This is the maximum setting. Now it sounds even more. But I don't want to complain too much because, yeah, I'm new with it and I kind of like it. It's been stuck here now for several minutes, and I really thought it was going to be much more advanced than this. It should really not be stuck there. So yeah, this just feels really stupid. Four days later, and I still haven't figured out how my apartment, what it looks like. I have to go with it all the time. It gets stuck all the time. I have to force it to find all the corners in my apartment, and you can't have any cables at all on the floor. And here in Sweden, we have all the power outlets down on the bottom at the floor. So yeah, we have cables everywhere. So it's kind of irritating actually, because the whole point for me was that it was supposed to vacuum my apartment when I wasn't at home, so it could do that by itself, but it can't. It needs a babysitter, more or less. The brushes are really powerful. It even cut my my Ethernet cable. So now I understand why. Dang. So yeah, it can do some damage. This is an old thing, but you have scraped my shears and really scraped this cable. This thing is just dangerous. I came home now, this was stuck in it. I have no idea where this cable comes from, but it has ripped it out from something and totally cut off the protective part of the cable. So yeah, this vacuum cleaner is dangerous actually. Since it can do this with cables, you have a power shortage, or something, some kind of hazard just waiting to happen. All right, less than a week later, I feel that I'm done with this review and I'm done with this robot vacuum cleaner. This robot vacuum cleaner is loud, it's stupid, and it's dangerous. If you have a home with nothing on the floor, nothing standing on the floor or laying on the floor at all, fine. It's okay, but then you can buy a cheaper one. I thought that for 600 euro, it would be smarter. The only thing it does is goes right until it bumps into something, little left, and then right, bumps into something, little left. That's it. My apartment is shaped like a E, more or less. I have forced this around my apartment. I have canceled the map that it made itself twice. Yeah, twice, done 2 new maps, and still the only thing it does is goes from the bedroom through the hallway to the living room and then back. It's really stupid. And yes, you can do no-go zones, map out zones that it's going to avoid. But the whole point of this for me was that it was supposed to vacuum my apartment when I'm not home, as much as possible, of course. I didn't expect to let this do all the vacuuming, so I have to have my standard vacuum and take like behind the bed stands or whatever it's called. But the main thing was that it was supposed to vacuum under the bed. But I have cables there as well. I have a motor powered bed, that goes up and down, etc. I have lighting under the bed. I have my power cables to the Google Hub. I have power cables to whatever. I have charging cables to my iPhone, etc., etc. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. It will cut cables. It will cut through the rubber parts, so the metallic part is naked out in the open. I still haven't found where it got this cable from, but it has ripped it away from something, and I have no idea of what. Same thing with my internet cable. As I said, here in Sweden we have the power outlets on the floor, so everything is more or less standing on the floor. So I have my Google router on the floor. It has stripped that cable as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that a much cheaper robot vacuum cleaner is just as stupid as this one. The suction is good Absolutely, the suction is good. And I liked the D shape, and I like the wide, much wider than every other robot vacuum cleaner brush. But still, no matter what it does, it never go straight into the wall like this. It's right, and that's it. It never goes straight. And yeah, maybe I haven't given it enough time, but every time that it has been vacuuming, it's been like 2 hours. This time I cut it short and was like 75 minutes or more. And I have a small apartment. I vacuum it myself in like 15 minutes. So 2 hours and I still haven't learned how my apartment look. What it looks like is crazy. It's crazy. So for 600 euro, it's stupid. And this whole D shape, it doesn't even use the D shape. It might as well be round. The suction is good. It is a bit loud, even on the quiet spot, quiet mode. It has 3 modes. Economic is a quiet one. But most important is that it is dangerous. It has left scratches on my speakers, on my chairs, probably more things. It have cut several of my cables. Yeah. So this is not for me. I was thinking of giving it to my parents as a Christmas gift, but I'm pretty sure that they will have the same problems because we do have cables laying on the floor here in Sweden. Too bad. Too bad. I don't know what the solution would be. I used thought like any other vacuum cleaner that have this rolling thing that it's just clean the cables, not cut them. So yeah, that's the solution, I think. I don't have too much more to say. I don't know if I'm going to return it even. I still have the box, but or if I'm going to just have it in my bedroom and somehow I can't hide the cables. It's kind of it's like thick cables for the motors for my bed. And used to have it to go up and down in my hallway. I don't need to waste 600 euro just to vacuum my hallway. So no, I'm really disappointed. Really disappointed. I've seen other reviews thinks that is really good, better than others. So check those out as well. As I said, Vacuum Wars has a really detailed review, but for me, it's not good at all. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, just ask me. I will do my best to answer it. Too bad. It's bad when I think that I found a solution for something and it's just I get more disappointed than I could ever imagine.